Okay, today we're going to work with natural glass, and I'm going to put natural glass as a varnish on this cradled watercolor painting that I've affixed to a wooden cradled board like this. This is a half sheet of art, so it's pretty good size painting, and the watercolor is fixed on here. It's dry, and I'm going to show you how we do it. So I take the bottle of of natural glass and just pour it on like that, and working with a very soft acrylic brush, I just spread it on like this, working quite quickly to get it into the painting without dawdling, because I don't want to reactivate the watercolor. And it does take a few minutes for the painting, the gum arabic, to sort of wake up and start blurring, but you can get it all on there fairly quickly. And just tilting it like this to make sure that I get all the spots. This is cold press watercolor paper. And voila, there's my first coat. Done quite quickly. So let's see if we can get a good look at this. It's going to dry and settle in. And I'll just set it here to dry. Should be dry in this warm weather. Early fall, sunny day, Northern California. We should be dry in 20 minutes, half an hour. Okay, so let's hit pause. Okay, and here we go. It's been about 20 minutes, half an hour, and the natural glass is dry. And you can see this is the first layer on top of some cold pressed watercolor paper. I think it's Arch, but it might be Cuthbert Mills. And that's how much sheen you get. It's pretty even. So I'm going to add a second layer. And now the first layer's dried, so I just pour it on like that. And here's my soft acrylic brush, and just moving quite quickly. Spread that on. Got a paper underneath to help keep it from spreading all over the table. And just take it out to the edges and get that. Now I might want to tilt it so I can see how even it is. You can see I poured quite a bit on it so that I can spread it around, because that really makes a nice even coat, which it's quite liquid, as you can maybe tell. It's quite liquid, so it spreads out and flattens fairly readily. You can see I'm really able to brush quite a bit on it. It's starting to get a little tacky. I think I'll just put a little bit more at this end and just brush that on. go. Looks pretty smooth. And I'll just set that aside to let it dry. There we go. This is a watercolor, a plein air watercolor I did of the Yuba River this summer. Okay, I've decided I'm going to show you what 2 coats of natural glass on a mounted watercolor looks like on a different watercolor that is thoroughly dry, because I think I'm going to lose the light by the time those 2 that I just painted and varnished are done drying. So this is what it looks like. This is exactly the same. It's a mounted watercolor, paper, an Arch or a Cuthbert Mills watercolor mounted on the wood panel, custom wood panel. And this is what 2 coats of natural glass looks like on the watercolor. It's really sturdy. It doesn't have any glare really to speak of. I could add another layer and that would increase the shine, but this really helps prevent scuffs, and this piece can be hung right on the wall as a finished piece. And yes, you can take a damp paper towel and you can wipe the surface. If you get something spilled on it, it will wipe off. Of course, if you get it soaking wet and you keep rubbing at it, you will start dissolving the natural glass. But for just purposes of cleaning and dusting and so on, a little bit of a damp wipe and voila, it's nice and clean. So I hope that helps, and I hope it makes you interested in our natural glass. I'm a watercolorist. I love watercolor, and natural glass is so much fun. Also, it can be mixed with watercolor as a medium and turns it transparent, and that is so much fun to work with, and it works equally well on gouache. So I hope this has been fun for you and that you've learned something. Bye.